Postoje pravne osnove za predavanje prijave FBI-u ako čovjek nije građanin Amerike?
Yes, I went to the Vienna embassy of the USA, and you can hand over charges to the FBI there. The laws are such that if a bioterrorism incident occurs that affects Americans, that the Americans have extraterritorial jurisdiction or something like that. So I don't think citizenship has anything to do with it. I was told they were put in the pipeline and they would be considered, but I have heard nothing from the FBI since.
Dokument koji ste predali zove se Dokazi o bioterorizmu. Što konkretno sadrži taj dokument, odnosno kako točno glasi kaznena prijava FBI-u?
Well, the document contains evidence that that firstly this swine flu virus was deliberately released, that it's a lab-engineered virus. The World Health Organization itself has more or less admitted that when it said that it shouldn't be called the swine flu because it has nothing to do with pigs, although it's supposed to have originated among pigs. It's the H1N1 virus. So the document looks at the fact this is a lab-engineered virus. It also looks at the who profits politically and financially from the declaration of a pandemic, and this is the World Health Organization. Because it acquires enormous powers over countries like the USA and also the individual countries in Europe in the event it declares a pandemic level 6 emergency, powers over the health services and the military police. And it looks at the pharmaceutical companies, how they profit financially, and it simply lists all the evidence of how these people work together to trigger a pandemic and then profit from it financially and politically by implementing various forced vaccination programs and martial law.
Možemo li reći da svinjska gripa predstavlja pravu opasnost ili ne? S obzirom da su u javnosti dostupne vrlo kontradiktorne informacije, dok se vlade pripremaju sa velikim investicijama za kupnje cjepiva, u isto vrijeme neki drugi predstavnici tih vlada, neinformirani ili neučeni, navode podatke da simptomi nisu prepoznatljivi, ne može se odvojiti od obične gripe, svinjska gripa, da ju se može prehodati, da zapravo riječ o bolesti koja uopće ne postoji.
Yes, I think that it is absolutely ridiculous that a pandemic should be declared over what is a very, very mild disease. The World Health Organization itself, according to its official figures, has said only 5,000 people have died from it, and 500,000 people, according to the World Health Organization, die every year from the normal flu. In order to declare a pandemic, in fact, the World Health Organization had to change the criteria from mortality and lethality to spread. That's the only way they could manage to declare a pandemic over such an incredibly mild and harmless disease as the swine flu is. So it's clearly a political goal that the World Health Organization is trying to accomplish with this pandemic declaration. It has nothing to do with protecting the public health, because there's no threat to the public health from this swine flu.
Postoje ljudi koji su zaključili da ako virus nije opasnost, a inzistira se na cjepivu, da mora biti da se onda u cjepivu krije pravi problem. Koji je zapravo sadržaj cjepiva koje je, eto, trenutno najtraženija roba na svijetu?
Well, you're absolutely right. In my view, the vaccine is a bioweapon. It is actually classified as a bioweapon. If you look in the biopharma databases and you see the regulatory status of GSK's Pandemrix and Novartis's Fossatria, you can see that they're classified as biodefense stockpile drugs, and they have to be distributed by the army, by the government, because they're so dangerous. And the ingredients are also very troubling. They contain mercury and they contain squalene. And squalene is an adjuvant which is considered to be responsible for causing the Gulf War syndrome. 25% of the US and UK veterans who took anthrax vaccines with squalene during the Gulf War acquired autoimmune diseases and other serious afflictions because of the squalene, and this vaccine has 1 million times more of it than that vaccine. This is a completely new vaccine that has not been properly tested, and the pharmaceutical companies have complete immunity. So no matter how many people they kill or damage through this vaccine, they cannot be prosecuted.
Svjetska zdravstvena organizacija inzistira na tome da u cjepivu bude i živi virus. Što mislite, zbog čega je to i ima li to kakav značaj?
I personally, think that this is because the World Health Organization is trying to infect people with a disease, and you need a live virus in order to, infect them with the disease. So I think they argue this is supposed to produce antibodies or whatever, but it would be a precondition of actually giving people a disease through this vaccination. In polio, in Nigeria recently, the World Health Organization carried out a vaccination campaign against polio and gave children the polio through the live viruses in the vaccines. That's how they triggered a polio pandemic in Nigeria.
Može li se uopće pričati o simptomima svinjske gripe? Evo, osobno sam na radiju čuo vijesti koje po prilici idu ovako. U Hrvatskoj umrla prva žrtva od svinjske gripe. U sljedećoj rečenici rečeno je sad se mora napraviti istraživanje je li ta osoba umrla od svinjske gripe ili ne, što je naravno poprilično neobična rečenica ako je u prvoj rečenici konstatirano da jest. Pa onda se često puta nalaze informacije o simptomima iz kojih se može ispostaviti da simptoma skoro nema. Potom se može naći na informaciju da su ustanovljeni telefoni pomoću kojih se dijagnosticira je li neko bolestan. To po prilici izgleda tako da neko nazove i kaže oprostite, kašljem malo, a s druge strane neki mladić sa uputama mu može reći da, vi imate svinjsku gripu i tako statistički dobivamo sve veće brojeve oboljih od svinjske gripe. Mada možda i nisu takvi. Između simptoma i statistike, kakva je tu veza i jesu li svi oboljeli od svinjske gripe zaista oboljeli od nje?
Mm-hmm. Well, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in the USA has said that the swine flu symptoms are more or less identical with the normal flu symptoms. So if you have any of the normal flu symptoms like fever, coughing, congestion, you have the swine flu according to the CDC. And most of the rapid diagnosis tests for the swine flu have proved to be inaccurate. So 9 times out of 10 when they diagnose the swine flu, it actually turns out to be the normal seasonal flu. My view is that maybe there is a swine flu, maybe there isn't, but in most cases people actually just have the normal flu, and the government see a political advantage in claiming this is the swine flu and hyping this pandemic.
Na koji način su farmaceutske tvrtke oslobođene odgovornosti od posljedica cijepljenja, odnosno od posljedica koje njihova cjepiva mogu napraviti?
Well, special decrees have been passed in every single country, including the USA and in the EU, which give the pharmaceutical companies blanket immunity from any prosecution, and this is something completely new. These are special government decrees that have been made. There's a secret contract with the French government which says that no matter what vaccines Baxter delivers to France, no matter what's in them, no matter how damaging they are, they cannot be prosecuted under any account. So this is blanket immunity they've been given by governments.
Kada je zapravo patentirano cijepivo protiv svinjske gripe? S obzirom da su se mogle u medijima čuti rečenice poput ubrzano radimo na razvijanju cijepiva, da bi se potom ustanovilo da su tvrtke neke patentirale cijepivo još prije nego što se svinjska gripa pojavila. Da li tu postoje nekakvi tragovi, možda su oni čak i dio vaših dokumenata?
Yes, Baxter filed a patent for the swine flu vaccine in 2008, and I think Novartis and GSK in 2006, and they filed patents for model and mock-up vaccines, which had the H1N1 virus in it. The problem is that the World Health Organization declared in April that this virus is completely new. That's how they justified declaring their pandemic. It can only be declared if they say a completely new influenza virus has appeared. And so it doesn't quite add up how the virus can be so new on the one hand in April 2009.